Sam, second signing of the summer today, Mike Fondop talent. You must be delighted to get your man in.
Really excited. I think what he brings is a youthfulness, but also a real desire to. He wants to be a very, very good player, and we're trying to catch him on that journey and use him to take the club where we want to go to. He's came into the professional game late due to his studies, which is another really good trait. You know, he wanted to finish his masters, so he's an intelligent boy as well. And then he'll bring that, hopefully, that intellectual side into his football side. And like I said, he's hunger and he's driven to be a success, which is what I've always said, that the type of players I want.
And we've just spoken to Mike, then he was just telling us about his studies and things like that, and it seems like it's very unusual for a footballer these days, isn't it? But he's got something to fall back on if it doesn't work out, but he's also saying he wants to concentrate on his football. That must be good to hear for you.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think it's just a different culture, isn't it? That you know, he wanted to finish his studies before coming into football, because eventually everyone has to retire from playing football. It's not something you can still do in your 40s and 50s. So he's ticked that box off, but now he's playing catch up to an extent because he's 24. But in terms of football, he's still very very young and raw and got loads and loads of potential, which is why I'm so excited to have him here.
And he mentioned his agent had said that Football League clubs were having a look at him as well, so that shows the potential that's there with Mike going forward for us.
Yeah, and this is why, you know, it's such a great signing for us, that there were Football League clubs interested in him, but he realises what we're doing at Wrexham, the size of the club, the fan base, the great support he's going to be playing in every week, and not only that, but the huge potential Wrexham's got, and he's picked here to showcase that, and obviously we need to develop him as well. He's, like I've said, he's far from the finished article. There's going to be plenty of growth in him, which there was during last season itself. From the start to the end of last season, there was a huge increase in his performances, and it'll probably be the same again this year. But he's a player who's got real I'll say it again, he's got a passion and desire to be successful, and he's got the ability to go alongside it. And
how important was it for you? You just mentioned about last season. How important was it for you that he had some Panorama National League experience behind him?
Yeah, definitely, and it's showing, you know, what he did at the back end of last season, keeping Halifax up, and showing and watching the games of which he played against, you know, the teams that got promoted, and watching what problems he caused them was another big aspect. And you can see from where he come from the start of the season to the end that, you know, it improved so much in a short space of time that's up to us now to keep that progression going.
That's another central forward that we've got in now. That's Chris and Mike. So can we expect more strikers coming in during the summer, do you think?
Yeah, we'll have a few more forward-based players. We're still looking to add, and like I've always said, we're waiting for the right players, and Mike has ticked that box. Same with Luke Young. Been really tight with Luke Young since he signed, and hopefully will be the same with Mike, and keep ticking in the right players as and when they become available.
That's it, isn't it? I mean, we're at the time of year now where contracts have just ended, haven't they? So before that, it was hard to bring players in, but at the moment, it's freed up a bit more time for us to look at these type of players.
Things are starting to happen now. Training, pre-season starters, the players out of contract are starting to say, yeah, we'll commit and come and sign for clubs. But also, we've got clubs then making a few signings, which is releasing up a few other players, which has become apparent in the last week or so, that players who weren't available 2 weeks ago all of a sudden are available now. And this is something which, you know, we just need to keep a careful eye on and make sure that we're scouring the market and trying to cover every stone we can. And there's an awful lot of stones, which takes an awful lot of time, but it's well worth it when you get to capture the likes of Mike.
Excellent, thank you, Sam.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks.